Hi guys, this is my 5th attempt over the last X number of weeks to come on here and chat to you guys. It's been really difficult to do a video that I felt comfortable with. I mean, oh my gosh, there's a lot of ums, and I've only just started. As you all know, Christmas was a little difficult because of the news that we had about Danny. Subsequently, we have now lost Danny. And it took a lot more out of us, you know, honestly, than I ever thought it would. It reminded me just a tiny bit of what it was like when I lost my dad. Obviously, losing a person, your father, your husband, your whatever, that is way more traumatic than losing a horse. As a consequence, you know, it's only taken me a month to sort myself out, or best part of a month. But what I hadn't thought about was that Danny, unlike you know, dogs I've had and cats I've had who I have loved, Danny came into our life at a really kind of unique moment, and he helped my daughter and myself through some tough times. We were, you know, I just divorced, or was divorcing, in the process of divorcing. I was renting a house, I was working nights and putting myself through uni in the day because I decided to get a degree because now I needed to support these two beautiful children. You know, I didn't have a second to bless myself, and I dropped the ball very definitely with my daughters on occasions, particularly my younger one, who at the time was 13. I felt like if I could get a degree, I could get a better job, which would secure their future, and didn't notice that obviously the kids were paying for me to do that by me not being around as much. I'm very proud that I achieved a degree at, I think I was about 36 by the time I finished. I was very proud of that fact. I was the first person in my family to get a degree. But there was a price to be paid for that. And Danny took up a lot of the slack. Let's put it that way. He took up a lot of the slack. He became my daughter's absolute best friend in the whole wide world, and to be honest, there were many occasions when I went and groomed him and, you know, had a little sob on the horse's back and talked about everything that was going wrong in my life. So I'd forgotten just how massive he was. And what happened was, you know yourself, if you lose somebody, you have the crying stage, and then you have the remember when stage. I mean, we still do it with my dad to this day. Yeah, there are things that we will never forget, and we will still go, oh, remember when Dad used to? Well, we did the same sort of thing. And what it did was it caused me and my daughter to sort of revisit a time in our lives that was very difficult. And it was predominantly very difficult for her. Bless her, she was 13. I mean, anyone that's got daughters will know puberty is a terrible thing to girls. It's very, sorry if I'm rocking about. I'm rubbing Danny, not Danny. Oh my gosh, I'm rubbing Bert. You know, puberty's hell for girls, let's be honest, it really is. And yeah, so we ended up revisiting things. Some of them funny, some of them not so funny, but it did cause me to feel that here was not the right place for me to be. I tried to carry on, guys. As I say, this is about the 5th or 6th video. But when I was editing them, I was like, oh my God, who is that woman? I was trying to fake happy, and I'm not very good at faking happy. Let's put it that way. So I decided to step back. We've had lots of things go on over the last month. It hasn't just been Danny, to be fair. Lara hurt her leg. That caused she's fine now, but it caused quite a lot of sort of drama at the time. You know, there have been things, let's put it that way. 2022 did not start in the way that I expected it to. Bert is epileptic. He's had several fits since, and funnily enough, just this morning I've discovered I think he's got a little hernia. So we're going to be back to the vets with that. I don't know how they've not noticed it when they've been checking him over, but I suppose epilepsy, hernia, different things, aren't they? But I'm just looking at him now, and I am pretty sure that that's a little hernia that's popping out. So of course I was a bit concerned about Bert. And hubby has been up to here with work. I can't go into what he does because obviously he's private, he's not on YouTube, it is his business. But you know, the guy's a workaholic, and yeah, just recently it has been very, 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 very busy. I don't think I could put enough verys on it, really. You know, he's been getting up and leaving for work at 5 o'clock in the morning and not coming back until 9:30 at night. So yeah, there's been lots going on. I decided after doing, it was either the 3rd or 4th video, I can't remember, that I really needed to take a break. So basically what I did was I switched off from social media. I didn't go on YouTube, I didn't go on emails to do with this. So like I have an email address, Fawn figures it out, as you all know, fawnfigures@gmail. I just didn't go there because what had started happening was I was starting to get like a bit of a knot in my stomach because I felt like I was going to let people down. I was also worried about what people would think about what I was saying, because you know, there are people in this world that will damn you no matter what you do. And I thought, you know, there are going to be some people that were like, what is up with this woman making such a fuss over a horse? You know, my life is falling apart with real traumatic events, and this stupid woman. So, and I totally get that. I totally get that, guys. I am not for 1 minute saying that, you know, I've had the worst time of anyone or my life is particularly awful. Absolutely no, I'm not saying that. But it was just a lot for me to cope with. Maybe that makes me weak, but it was a lot for me to cope with. But I don't want to take away from people who genuinely, you know, you having a terrible time. And, you know, my heart goes out to you. Honestly, it does. I am not thinking that I'm any more than you or, you know, ugh. I'm getting distracted while I'm talking to you because this stupid dog, I wish you could see him, he's lying on his back. He won't leave me alone. So anyway, yes, that's where I've been. I've been getting on top of things. So it was hubby's birthday yesterday. And 2 things happened over the weekend. First off, I got a present from someone, and I'm going to show you it now in a second because I was just blown away. But also it was hubby's birthday, and we did, on his birthday, not so much mine's more silly, but on his birthday, because it's a January time, we always sort of talk about what we'd like and how things are going and, you know, what was the last year like and things like that. And he was saying to me, you know, that I got so much joy out of you guys. He'd been sad that I had felt unable to talk and that I'd let things bother me so much. He gave me a little bit of a reality check, ladies. He gave me a little bit of it. You know, you got to rely on the people you love to do it, haven't you? And he gave me a bit of reality check and sort of pointed out that a few horrid people are nothing compared to all you wonderful people, which made me then sit down this morning. I sort of percolated over it. Have to say, like a lot of ladies, I'm a bit kind of, what do you know about these things? But yeah, I got up this morning, and the first thing I did was open my email account, my YouTube email account. Ooh. And there are so many emails there, guys. There are so many emails and messages. You have no idea what it meant to me to see. I was like, what? I am going to try and reply to them all. I feel really guilty actually, because some of you sent them, you know, clearly a couple of weeks ago and have had no reply, but it's just because I haven't been going on there at all. But it really reminded me that there are lovely people that I have connected with and really get so much sort of joy out of. So I sat and looked at them this morning and thought, right, before you even do anything else, sorry, I'm bobbing about with this bloody dog. Before you do anything else, you're getting straight on camera and you're going to talk and you're going to put it out there, because the longer you leave it, the more awkward you're going to feel about coming back. I thought, well, maybe I'd open something and talk, you know, open one of my boxes or something. And I thought, I can't really, because I want to speak properly to you guys. I want to show you this present that I got. And I don't get presents very often. It's not something I ask for, or I you know, it's just, you know. But Tia from Ireland, I'm just organise myself. Tia Green sent me I think, you know, one of the most sort of touching presents ever. I couldn't figure out what it was to begin with because it's quite a big box. Please, Bert, settle down. She has done for me, for my grandchildren, the most fabulous thing. She has done their names. Now, I'll just show you, like, this is in E. They go on the wall. Can you see how beautiful that is? That will be the E of Levi, because this is the boy colour. For example, here's a V. I mean, they're stunning. I don't know how she's done it. Some sort of paint effect, some sort of something, but it's really shiny and it's got the absolutely stunning. Let me show you the A from Lara, or one of the A's from Lara. Look at that. So they're able to have their names on the walls, and they're just beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful, and I am blown away. So I've got Levi, Milo and Lara in here. So when they eventually go on the wall, I'm actually going to include it in one of my videos and sort of show you. But I just was totally blown away, along with a really lovely message. Tia said she didn't mind if I mentioned it on here. I think actually, I don't know. Yes, she actually does these as a little business, I think. I think it's called green.string.art, at Green String Art. But I'm going to check and put what I can find out for a link to if it is a sort of a little business, because these are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. And so, you know, if you've got grandbabies and want to put them, I was tempted to put them in the animal room, but when my daughter saw them, she was like, oh. So they're going to go, I think we're doing them, a little project that we're going to do this year is a little playroom for them. My daughter's house is tiny. See, I'm off on a tangent, but anyway, my daughter's house is tiny. And now she's got, you know, 3 kids. You can imagine the toys. So we've started converting what was just a sort of, I was going to say a shed. It's not a shed. It's actually an old stable, because they live in what was the stables to the house 100 years ago when it was built. So they've got their little house, and then there were these 2 stone rooms attached. So I'm not putting it very well, but you'll see what I'm on about. So we're converting one of those into a playroom for the kids, because, you know, with the best one in the world, I don't know how she stands it. The clutter everywhere all the time. But you've got to let the kids play, and they've only got tiny bedrooms, so they do need a space downstairs. So we actually think that these would look outstanding on the wall in there, you know, because it's the 3 kids space. So anyway, that was a long one, but I love them. They're absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Tia. As I say, I will be going through the emails that I've received and replying, even if it's only a short reply, because you will have been wondering, you know, why have I not even heard from her? But I literally just didn't go near. I thought it was the right thing for me, and I think it was. It helped me. It gave me space to deal with the things that had turned up or churned up with Danny. The channel this year is going to continue pretty much as normal. I am continuing to do the boxes that I love. There aren't many now. There's Cohorted, Paper Gang, there's Look Fantastic and Glossy Box. I may drop those, I'm not sure. But I don't do as many as I used to. Oh, Lemonade Box, because I love Lemonade Box. So I'm going to continue doing that sort of thing. I'm going to continue doing my shopping trips. I've just recently been to B&M for the very first time since before Christmas. Went there looking for cushions, because Bert is still chewing cushions, and I'm not willing to spend. Actually, I've seen some cushions that I love online, but they're about £60 each, which first off my mind goes, £60 a cushion? But also, even if I said to myself, well, it's worth it because you think they're stunning and they'll last for yonks, they won't, because what he does is he chews the corners off the cushions. He doesn't eat the whole cushion, but he chews the corners off the cushions. And so after Christmas, when I went to put the washed cushion covers back on, because I put Christmas covers on, I could see just how ratty and awful they were. So I popped to B&M, and I got really lucky and I found these ones. Look at this. £5 each in the sale. I think that's right. Yeah, they were £8. I paid £5 each. Got loads in the sale at the moment, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. Look, they've got a fringe on them and everything. So I picked up 3 of those because I've still got a couple like this one. Is still okay. So that, you know, the colour sort of works. But I've ruled out spending a lot of money on it because he just can't stop it. We've lifted everything else, all throws, all everything. But it's a stress behaviour and I can't stop him doing it. So he really only does it when he's left. The other thing, see now I'm bouncing all over the place. You're going to have to be on the ball, guys, to keep up with me in this. The other thing, I'm going to do a lot more outdoor stuff. We've also pushed on really hard with sorting that field for the horses. Got some new stables down there, some new wooden stables. So there's lots to show you down there. And I'm going to get back into a little bit of my gardening as well. Although, I mean, I abandoned my gardening. You've never seen it really on this channel. I abandoned it really because due to hubby being on this very peculiar, very restrictive, I wouldn't recommend it, eating plan. It's not even a plan. Style. It's just what he does. And I have 101 reasons why I don't like him doing it. Least of all is the fact that he is now so skinny. We are like Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean. Honest to goodness, we it looks like I ate half of him. So leaving that aside, I still don't like what he's doing. But it means that growing vegetables this year, there's not a lot of point. For the cost of it, you know, I can buy what I need because it's only one person eating a bit of it. In subsequent years we may increase it again for the kids and for my daughter. But yeah, so my beds are going to change, the veg beds and the grow beds, and I'm going to show you that and talk to you about what I'm doing with all that. So I'm going to try and do a lot more just chatting. One of the things that you sometimes hear is somebody who goes on YouTube, something that has been said many times in, not many times, but it's been said in emails to me, not nice emails now, I don't mean your lovely emails, is, you know, that I'm just showing off, basically. I'm just coming on here and showing off. That's the last thing I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to show off, but I equally don't want to make money out of friendship. And as a consequence, I very rarely, I think once, no, maybe twice, I think twice in my channel's life, I've actually taken something. So once was a pack of face masks from a face mask company, and the other one was, of course, my handbag. And I'm sorry, I'm not apologizing. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I love a handbag. I get lots of offers to show you things and do things, and I tend not to do them. Hand on my heart, I tend to think, if it was any good, I'd already be doing it. And I know a lot of other YouTubers do lots and lots, and good luck to them. Good luck, I have no, but it's just not, I never wanted to be an influencer. Can I say that? Can I say that? I never wanted to influence you guys to spend money, okay? If I influence you to try a hairstyle or a dress or a something, great. Or try a cream. But I don't really want to influence you to spend money on things that you wouldn't ordinarily spend money on. Does that make sense? It's not that I'm a saint. It's not something I do. And I don't want to be coming on here being all the, you know, a big I am. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. This is who, you know, again, not my style. I just come on here to chat to you and to show you things. So please don't think of me as an influencer. Don't be influenced by me. So yeah, so I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit more this year because it was a bit haul heavy. And I appreciate that for a lot of people, this year is going to be a tough year. Financially, I think everyone is going to feel the pinch. Now, some people, like myself, I'm very lucky and that pinch won't hurt as much as it would for others. Some people are really going to feel it and it's going to be really difficult. So I don't want this year to be sort of like, look at me, look at me, look at me. But I can't help showing the people I love things that I do, or things that I've got. And I'm not going to stop living my life because other people can't live my life. There were people doing jolly well when I was, you know, a single mum going, and I wasn't saying to them, how very dare you, you know. So, yeah, I'm just going to try and mix it up a little bit more on the channel and be less. But of course, this time of year as well, it's so difficult because, you know, look at it out there. I mean, honestly, look at it. We've had storms. I've got a tree down, funnily enough, which I've decided to leave because it's fallen in an area that I call the woods anyway, and I think it could be good for things like hedgehogs and bugs and things, you know, sort of environmentally. I think it could be a good option to leave it there rather than cutting it up and burning the wood. Do you know, I've bounced off again, haven't I, guys? Honestly. I really should have done notes, I suppose, for what I wanted to say to you, because I'm sure I'm going to have forgotten to say something or mention something or cover something that I've been thinking that I should. But it's just one of my rambles. It's just, unfortunately, it's just one of my rambles. So I've got quite a few little projects that I'm planning on doing this year. I'm hoping to get done this year, and I'm gonna bring you along. And as usual, I'll be asking advice. Somebody once said to me, why is it Fawn Figures It Out? And it's because maybe it should be Fawn Figuring It Out rather than Figures, because that's what it's about, really. It's about me trying to figure it out and getting advice from you guys too. So yeah, I'm going to try and bring you along on a lot more of those kinds of things. The children are brilliant. As I said, Lara had that bad leg, but she's pretty much back to normal now. The boys are fabulous and rambunctious as always. You know, things are pretty good, and that's what I needed to rediscover in the wake of losing Danny, in the wake of finding out just how much some people disliked me. In the wake of all of that, I was very sort of confused and wallowing about, and, you know, and oh, woe is me. I mean, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. Somebody said I was fat. So flipping what? I let things get to me, guys, which is just ridiculous, but I did. It is a part of the anxiety disorder that I have suffered from for a very long time, to just dwell, to really dwell on things and nonsense. I think I'm going to be a lot more open about that as well. I think I have been open about it on the channel, but I have sort of glossed through it. This is not, I'm not going to do it now, but I think I will be talking a lot more about the problems that I face, the medication that I take, you know, things like that. Because somebody made a remark about mental health, and I was really stung by it, and I just thought, you know, in this day and age, is that still a stick that we want to use against people? Do we still want to be sneery about somebody saying they've mental health problems? So that will be more open. So my manifesto for this year is a rambling one. Anyway, I hope you are all well, and, you know, I can only say thank you once again for the beautiful emails, for the comments, for the care, for the fact that you're still here. You have no idea, and I have no words. All I can say is, yeah, you're Fawn's friends, and that's always been really important to me. And I will be back really soon, very normal, opening a box and trying to read the little writing with my glasses. And I'll see you soon. I love you all. Bye.